Hello there. Hey everyone. Matt here with Grafted Branch Homestead here on our quarter acre Southwest Desert Urban Homestead in training. Good to see everyone. Good to see you, CDB. And it looks like Mr. Landfill fills in here. We got Renegade Black Sheep. Hey, good to see you guys. Well, thank you for joining. Thanks for coming tonight to hear my spiels and things I have to say, rabbit trails and whatnot. And then if you watch this in replay later, thanks for watching and joining there. Make sure to leave a comment, a thumbs up, and we'll kind of get into tonight. So first thing is I'm going to turn off this background because that's a little bit frustrating. In the meantime, can you guys hear me? Can you see me okay? I have a fan on, so if that's distracting, let me know. There we go. And then I'm going to do this. There we go. All right, got a 5x5. Awesome. Thanks there, Phil. You can see and hear me. Thank you, CDB. Loud and clear. Awesome. Cool. Well, tonight is my Saturday night live stream. I like to call it my Urban Homestead Chat with Matt. I've been kind of developing throughout the beginning of this year where I want that to go or how I'm going to format it, and I've been going back and forth. But kind of with the theme that I'll go through with everything tonight, I'll kind of clarify where that's going to go. So let's see. So tonight I had labeled my thumbnail, or I really want to talk about escaping the city. So either directly or indirectly, kind of everything I talk about will tie into that a little bit. And so there we go. I have a couple notes here I'm reading, sorry. And so tonight's live stream is going to be, or Saturday night live stream is going to be a little bit freer. So with this stream lately, I've been focusing a whole lot on making sure I got my content, my segments, and things like that. And so some of what I'm doing now that we're 6 months into the year is I kind of looking at my priorities and where I'm going with everything. And so I'd like to share some of that too. But I spend a lot of time on Saturdays trying to come up with that content, those video clips, doing the editing and things. And, Saturdays is it's the Sabbath, and so I really don't want to focus on that. I need to be focusing on my God and my kids. And so I'm going to move away from that a little bit. Saturday night stream is going to be a little bit freer, just really for some fellowship, some learning, some teaching, hopefully, encouraging everyone that's in here, and then building relationships with you guys. And so that's what Saturday's about. If I have clips I want to show of videos that I've done throughout the week, I'll also probably show them there as well. I do want to focus on my stream more on putting out videos and shorts and things like that. And because a big part of my stream is I want to build relationships, and that's done through the chat and the live streams here. However, I also want to help others. I want to show what I'm doing or what I was looking for in the urban homesteading and trying to escape the city and get out. So I'm trying to show all of my successes and failures and where I go. And so maybe someone out there that is in the same spot or can gain something from it, And then also I gain so much as well. So besides the fellowship and relationship building, I also want to put out videos of good content to help people along and maybe learn some things. So I'm going to be focusing on that a little bit. Again, with this Saturday night stream being kind of more of a updates and fellowship and a freer stream, I want to make my Sunday morning stream really more so the channel staple stream. And so that's the Garden Chat with Matt and Garden Tea with Farmer Casey. And so that's the one that'll be a little more consistent and, with a little more order to it. So I'm kind of flop those a little bit, I guess. CDB's reminding everyone, hit that like button, please. And so I guess I'll, with that, hit the like button. Everyone, make sure you hit the bell too and hit all on notifications. I have been getting into analytics a little bit, and I am only really doing that because I'm trying to find good times for streams, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But part of it showed me that most people don't have the all notifications. So do that. It's going to be important coming up here because I am going to be doing some spontaneous streams, kind of bouncing around a little bit. So if you see some streams at times I don't normally do it, I'm kind of seeing who joins and getting a feel for what works best and all those things. So you may see some of that. With that said, CDB, you're in here. I don't think Verna's in here right now. Hey, Buster, good to see you. Welcome. But for anyone that moderates for me, I'm going to be doing a lot of random streams and some without notification and things besides my normal two. So no pressure to be there. I don't. I know with doing a lot of different streams and working off other people's schedules, I never require my moderators, of course, to be there. I appreciate every time and every bit you do, but won't feel bad if you don't catch them all. I just wanted to say that. Good to see you, Buster. So I guess I'll take a minute here. And how's everyone doing? Do you have anything you'd like to say or anything going on anyone would like to put out there? The weather? I'll take a second here to take a sip of my water and tea and give chat a minute. So tonight I'm having another one of the Frugal Off-Grids teas, the red tea. And it is delicious. And so actually, while I'm giving chat just a time, if you have a question or something you'd like to say or whether, or not, that's fine. But you can put that in. I'm going to play our little commercial again here real quick.
Hi, I'm Farmer Casey, and I'd like to share with you my natural growing garden tea grown on our Southwest homestead. Enjoy!
Oh, thank you. That was on mute. Sorry. Let me try and remember. Okay, so CDB was asking how my strawberries are. And so the strawberries, we got a whole bunch, but it kind of went from cold to hot right away. And so some things bolted. The strawberries are now, doing their tendrils off. And so that's the stage they're in. Hey, Yud P, good to see you. Welcome back. And so the strawberries are doing that. I want to move them this year to the outside or inside of the hoop house greenhouse. And so I'll get to that in a little bit. But we did get a lot of good ones, and now they're in their next phase. Thank you, everyone, for reminding me. And then, so Buster said it's rainy in Oklahoma. And so here in New Mexico, we don't get a whole lot of rain, about twice a year. But it seems like lately it's been sprinkling and kind of having some afternoon storms more than usual. At least it seems that way. So I'm assuming you probably caught some of that same storm we had here. Are you in the eastern or western part of Oklahoma? Do you get a whole lot of rain where you're at? With part of trying to escape the city, we're also looking at land, most of it in New Mexico, but we look other places too. And so I'm always curious and asking about how it is in everyone's neck of the woods there. Everyone's saying hi to Yud. Awesome. There we go. Oops, what did I do? Oh, no, still there. All right. South Central. Okay. So I had a lot of family in Amarillo, which is south, probably southwest of you, I'm guessing. But is it really rainy where you're at? Is it, do you like where you're at? I know Mr. Landfill, I asked him on my moon live stream if he liked Michigan, and he says he absolutely loves it there. Yud P, question. Do you keep mixed colors or just jumbo wilds only? Great question. Let me put that back on, actually. So right now, I started off, well, let me just go into this real quick. I started off with, I started getting interested in quail. And so I started developing my plans to build the incubator, to build their hutches, and then to build out the shed and brooders and all that. And so I started looking at quail. I got on My Shire's YouTube thing. I got on Terry and Southwest Game Birds. And so I actually ended up winning in one, it was 2 nights apart, I think. I ended up winning a whole lot of quail eggs from both. And so with those coming inbound, I got to building my incubator right away. That is a video I get questions on every week and asking for those PDF files I need to send out. That's part of one of my priorities, my goals or projects coming up. I'll talk about a little bit in a minute here. But so I got building that right away. I built my 120 egg incubator, and I'm getting to your question, sorry. Got the birds in it and got them all hatched out in the homemade brooder. And so what I ended up getting was I got jumbo whites and jumbo brown JMF Corturnix quails from Southwest Game Bird. And then I ended up getting mixed, I think it's called the Farmer's Mix from My Shire Farms. And so right now I have 2 jumbo browns left out of all of the Southwest Game Birds that haven't been called. Now my birds are coming up on 2 years old, I believe, so they need to all be called. And soon here I'll be doing that and going into a good call and restart. And so I have those 2 jumbo browns, and then the rest of them are all mixed. Now in this cage on the left, you see the tall one? That's a Wynola Ranch 3-tier set. That's my breeder set. The top cage has 2 females and 1 male of the eggs that I took from my birds and hatched out. So that's some generation 3 birds there. Down in the bigger one, that's my egg layers. So they're all hens in there, and there's 14 of them in there, and they're just all mixed. With doing my big cull and restarting my flocks, I'm going to buy all of one breed, and because I'm going to start taking it more to a survival / business. I'm sorry, all of 2 breeds, because I'm taking it for more of a survival or better eating, better living setup and a business setup. And so I'm going to have 2 breeds. I'll have the jumbo browns I'm going to do again, and those are going to be for us for meat birds. And so I'll run through those quicker, and eggs as well. And then I'm going to be doing all of one variety, which I will still pick for more for business purposes, for selling eggs and doing different things like that. Hopefully I answered your question. Sorry, I go on lots of rabbit trails. Part of what I'm talking about tonight is priorities, and that's actually because I get super ADD and sometimes I can overpromise or get myself overwhelmed. So tonight, one of the things I kind of want to talk about is we're starting off in June here now. So we're starting that 6-month mark of the year. We're about almost halfway through the year. And so now is kind of when I like to do a little priorities check, like I just talked about. I have a lot of projects going on right now. I have the chicken coop expansion build I still need to finish. It needs to get a roof on it and the door, automatic door with the actuator. I need to finish the quail shack. Getting that, buttoned up, all the holes and things, and with the screens and fans. And so there's some work to do there before winter. I have put those on the back burner again because it doesn't rain here a lot. So some of those, and it's summer, so those are ones I do need to get done. I'm building my greenhouse / hoop house out of my kids' old trampoline that tore and broke. Celadon. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm going to get back to my projects, but I got to go on a tangent, everyone. So I tried so hard to get celadons. I ended up getting eggs from 50 eggs from Whiskey Tango Farms. Now, they're great. Everything I say here is not about them, and I just want to say that right away. It was my fault. on what happened. And they also offer a 50% guarantee that I just didn't take advantage of. So I got eggs from them, real excited. I ended up ordering them in that real deep freeze snowstorm that came through in the winter. I think it was Christmas week I got them too. Bad timing. I think some of them may have gotten frozen. Anywho, out of all that, I had one hatch. And so that one is in the cage right now. But I really want to do Celadon. I will end up doing 3 different varieties, and I will put a cage together just for Celadon if I can find a good set of eggs I can get. I might try Whiskey Tango Farms again, or I may try somewhere else. I'm not sure. So we'll see. If anyone has suggestions, go ahead and throw that on there. I do want to do colors. I actually want to add more colors to my chickens with some different chickens there as well. So I was talking about the hoop house or greenhouse. My kids had a 14-foot trampoline that tore and broke, and it's just old. So what I did was I took it in half and have screwed all those segments together. And now the next step that I have the pieces for is I have 2 2x6s by 10 foot, cut 2 foot off each end of those, and I'm notching them so I can fit them together and drop a bolt between, and then screw the cut off 2 foot pieces on either side so I can get my 14 foot with overhang piece of wood or frame. And then I'm going to take some, I don't know what they're called, right? The metal U brackets, and attach the ends of half of that trampoline to it. So it'll be a 7 foot tall, 7 foot in diameter, 14 foot wide section. And I'll have 2 of those, of course. And then I'm going to make it, I'm debating whether I'm going to do 10 or 14 foot across as well. And so that's exciting. That's coming up. Oh, okay. Yes, I actually want to hear about all this. Let's see. You got some mixed eggs from MyShire. Remember, I think you said you were getting from MyShire. The Celadon eggs didn't hatch. Oh, so does MyShire have Celadon? I wasn't not aware of that. Your Celadon eggs didn't hatch. If Verna was in here, I'd ask her, but it looks like she's not in here tonight, so that's all right. Verna, if you watch this later, leave down there if they sell. Your hatch rate was pretty good. Awesome. How many eggs did you get? Do you know how many you got or how many you had hatch out? That's awesome. Congratulations. All right. And then, so I also wanted to talk about, again, under priorities and priority checks, was my live streams. So I kind of touched on that a little bit. I want to focus more on the staple stream, the Sunday morning one. This one's going to be a little freer. I'm not going to stress out on the content of it, more so just kind of give updates and fellowship here. So content, I want to focus my content again more on videos as well, so I can get some knowledge out there, hopefully. A lot of people want me to do my incubator build videos, and I've been promising. My goal was to start June with incubator builds, and I still want to do that. However, I have a good incubator. I have to put my next quail batch incubation and hatching and all that off by a couple weeks because of some big things coming up. And so I'm kind of knocking that down on priority list. Now, content creating doesn't earn me money, or isn't my job. I have a very demanding job still. So I need to, and then I'm also trying to focus on, my preparedness, my self-reliance and sufficiency, and then other things as well, my business, so as I can escape the city. So the incubator build may take a little bit of a knockback on priorities. So I'm not going to set a date on that. I still plan on doing that in that Frigibator. But I do need to get the greenhouse up first, the chicken build and quail shack up first, as well as some big family things this summer I need to focus on, and then getting my business up and going. So with part of escaping the city is I really need to get the business up and going. And so I'll get into that in just a minute. One egg got destroyed by the male. Oh no, I had that problem. I had one destroyed. One had a crack I didn't see and exploded in the incubator once. That was lovely. 3 eggs with cracks. Okay, yep. So that's what happened. 26 in the incubator. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that on the live stream. That's awesome. All right, let's see. I'm a little more organized tonight. So next thing I wanted to go into, and I've had a segment going on my live streams lately. I've put 3 of them out, 2 in video, and that's my bunker tips. So the first video I did was in a live stream. The second I put out as a kind of a standalone video that did really well. It got a couple hundred hits. And then the third one I just put out only got a couple views. So I'm not really sure where that falls. I'm going to play the last one I put out here. It's only about 2 minutes long. Now I do want to warn you, it's kind of choppy and has some weird transitions. I don't think it was filmed quite well. The meaning behind that is I'm going to start moving my bunker tips to shorts, I think. And so I'm going to film them that way. And then also some real late night live streams. So I work evenings a lot of times, but I'm going to do some later night live streams for bunker tips and stuff like that. However, if I have something ready, I'll probably end up showing it here on my kind of mukbang of a stream, Saturday night stream. So I'm going to go ahead and play that little clip real quick. Yeah, a lot of people are. I am too. I really want to get it up. I do that, and part of what I wanted to say is I do have to do it when I have the time and prioritize. So I'm going to be upgrading the 120 egg incubator already built. And if you haven't seen that video, check out my I think it's in the playlists. It's in my videos. It's one of the first ones I put on YouTube, or right in there. But my 120 egg incubator build. So I took Terry's 240 egg incubator build, I believe, cut it in half and did my own. So my plan is to do an upgrade video on that one. I've been developing a off-grid / solar, 2 different varieties incubator on paper. And so I wanted to build those. And then I have a large refrigerator unit with, the display unit I got from work that I want to do my Frigibator build. So those are coming. You'll have to stay tuned for those ones as I have time. Real late for you in the morning. Real late for me is morning for you. Yeah, Mr. Landfill, I know you may not catch some of those. So I said I don't expect my moderators to be at all these. I know you guys that are so faithful to be here all the time. I don't expect you to be at all those either. Some of those are going to be definitely probably watching the replay. So it'll be a combination of shorts and that. Now, I do want to, so I have 2 other channels. I'm trying not to divert too much from this one because I'm kind of tying into my business a little bit. But I have my Desert Prepper channel and my Daily BDU. So Daily BDU is my, I guess you can say, like spiritual type channel. I think I only have 1 video there, but I'm going to start doing more Bible readings and things there. Then I have my Desert Prepper channel. And so that one I may come out with some other things that would be more convenient times. I had gone back and forth debating how much on this channel I want to do. So I don't get into a lot of current events and things unless they're real relevant to me at the time. That's on purpose. One moment. There are a lot of good channels that put out that information that I watch, and you can too. This channel, I want to be a little bit more of an escape from things, hopefully, somewhat. And so at first I hadn't included my preparedness stuff. Now I'm starting to show a little bit of that and do tips just because I think it's important. I see a little more urgency towards it. So you will still see a lot of that on Grafted Branch. I'm not doing away with that. I know it's late for you. Sorry. I'm trying to find a good time. So this might be a good time to talk about. Again, you're going to see a lot of random streams throughout the week, some in the day, afternoons and evenings, and at different days. That's going to be me testing out who's available, when and where. The live streams in particular, my focus, I'm narrowing in on them, is for relationship building and question and answer, really. And so those, I want to find the best time. So I'm not getting rid of Saturday night or any of those. What I'm doing is I'm setting my staple live stream to my Sunday morning one. And all that means for you is nothing, really. You're just going to see a lot more spontaneous streams. Okay. So let me go ahead and play that little bunker video. And again, it's made to edit for short, so it's kind of strange, but let's put that on. And this one's a little tip I did on absorber packets. And when is the proper, or when is the proper time to use which different one, either silicone moisture absorbers or the oxygen absorbers. So today I want to talk about oxygen absorbers and silicone moisture absorbers, when the proper time is to use them. So your oxygen absorbers are going to absorb the oxygen out of the packaging as long as it's sealed tight. Good for using in jarred items or in your long-term storage food in like these Mylars or a vacuum seal bag. Moisture absorbers or silicone gel packs are great for using around your papered type items in your long-term storage, metal things, or clothing. And if you're deciding to vacuum seal some clothing like I've done here, these moisture absorber packets work great. When storing your long-term food though, whether it be in a Mylar packaging like this or a vacuum sealed pack like this, you're definitely going to want to use an oxygen absorber pack. Now these come in different sizes of cc's, and the proper one you want to use is going to be based on what food you're packing and in what packaging and size it's going into. You can find out the information you'll need at usemergencysupply.com. Now, oxygen absorbers are going to require a little bit of moisture for the packets to actually work. So you never want to add a moisture absorbing pack to the same container you're adding your oxygen package. Otherwise, it's not going to work. If you're packing your long-term storage food in Mylars, the UV rays aren't going to be able to get to it. However, if you're packing in vacuum sealed containers or anything like that, a good idea may be to put them in a 5-gallon bucket. If you want to, you can always add a moisture absorber pack to that 5-gallon bucket as well. So make sure you do your research. Use your oxygen absorbers and your moisture absorbers properly. Do the things, stay prepared. Till next time.
Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Gooey.
Party pooper. Okay.
We're back. I'm back. Yeah, Spice Life. So that's actually probably what I'm going to do. That's most likely. That way I don't have to divide things up too much, is I'll just create different playlists for my bunker tips and things. One thing I did want to say or point out is one of the reasons I want to take my bunker tips, my preparedness tips, some of the herb and medical type things and stuff like that, more towards videos, and some of my other content more towards videos, is it's really important to me to make sure that the information I put out is correct and I'm not misleading people in any way. Some with the spiritual stuff too. And so with doing it in video form, I can do a little more research. I can edit and review and stuff before I put it out there. So I don't want to put out anything that could mislead anyone. And some of the stuff with that, when it comes to that type of stuff, I think would be best in video content. So some of it I'll remove from live stream and just do videos. I tend to do a lot of that anyway, so it shouldn't affect a lot. Man, I did want to post this here. You love the vacuum seal socks. Yep. So I like to vacuum seal socks. One of the things I did lately, I vacuum sealed a bunch of socks, some brand new jeans, shirts, undershirts, and underwear. Now, I've hit a point in my life where as long as I don't let myself go and I try and stay, relatively physically fit and whatnot, I'm at an age and a point in my life where in jean sizes, I really only go kind of within 3 sizes. I stay at that middle one most of the time. My shirt size doesn't really change, or underwear or socks or stuff. So I'm at a good point in my life where I can take extra jeans, shirts, socks, underwear, those items, put them with a moisture packet and vacuum seal them. And I've done that with quite a few of them actually. And that's one of my slower kind of bi-weekly preps. The reason I'm doing that is mainly for inflation. Every time I go, it costs more. So I'm going to start putting back those items I know I'm going to need later. I'm going to need jeans and shirts and even shoes I'll move on to. But that primarily is a prep for inflation. And then also, ability to go to stores if those things are available or whatnot. I guess what I'm trying to say is that's something I know is not going to change for me a lot, and it's something I know I'm going to need. It's kind of like toothpaste. I'm going to need toothpaste. It doesn't really go bad. I might as well stock it, right? All right, so there's my bunker tip section here. CDB is saying great idea. Yeah, I think so. I think those items are going to become more and more valuable because of inflation, because of availability and stuff, because of the value of the dollar and all that. I think getting tangible things you're going to need: shampoo, soap, toothpaste, socks and underwear, some of those non-perishable things besides foods. I put that back, store that. I kind of think that's more valuable than having cash on hand. Now, I don't give financial advice or anything like that. I also keep some cash on hand. So moving right along, it looks like we'll probably fall right in that hour mark or around there tonight. Let's see. I want to come to some homestead updates. What's been going on this last week? It's been very busy. Don't forget TP. Yeah. But yeah, stock up. Seriously, though. I mean, don't hoard it, but don't forget it. If that's something that's readily available now, throw an extra pack back. Something I like to do on Saturday night live streams too is I sometimes like to do product reviews. Now, I don't get paid by anyone. The products I show, I do because it's something I think is helpful. And so this one I used on my wife earlier here, and I use on myself all the time. I do a lot of woodworking and building. I don't like to wear gloves. I get splinters constantly. So this is something I think is an amazing product. It's really cheap. Everyone should have with their medical stuff. Now this one's called Splinter Aid Splinter Removal. And you get all these little paper packets. They're like this, and I'm not going to open one. You might be able to see through it. Let's see. So what it is a little metal piece with a sharp kind of needle type end, but they're really good at digging out and hooking onto the splinter and pulling them. Spice of Life will tell you. So anyways, there's my product review. Excellent product, cheap. Keep a couple of them on hand. This week's been really busy. My oldest son, Keith, he's got a trip in Colorado coming up all this next week. And then he will be heading down in New Mexico for a college excursion, is what I'm calling it, I guess, for another week. And so you guys aren't going to be seeing any physical fitness with Keith for the next 2 weeks, unfortunately. I might still put out a small video in there. Twice about the splinters, yeah. Let's see, I did my product review. We had a huge pill bug problem, and I've seen this in other people's little videos and streams recently that their little plant starts were getting mowed down or eaten or different bugs, and they weren't sure why. We discovered our problem was pill bugs or roly-polies, and so I ended up getting rid of that with a natural product called Sluggo Plus. So we did get rid of a lot of them. Now, it's some expensive stuff, and I don't really like to use it or other things, even though it's natural, unless you have an infestation. And so we did that for the inner garden. Now, the outer garden I didn't, because I like to let the chickens roam. So Nikki, you may have seen in some of my shorts, she was roaming around with us today out there, picking the roly-polies out of the edges there. So roly-polies, pill bugs have been a huge problem. They took a lot of our starts down, but we're starting to bring them back. This year, I'm doing a lot more in raised beds and pots. Been doing a lot in the pots. That's Verna's advice there. Mostly, she said with the mint, but to keep the plants we plan on drying and selling and doing things like that. We're using semi-raised beds on the ground for a lot of our plants, so we'll see how that goes. Fitness Keith has brains and bronze. Yep. Let's see, what else do I got here? Talked about it's been raining here a little bit more lately. So I have an 8x8 square foot, 8x8 plot of red winter wheat that I grew this year through the winter and the spring here from some stored wheat berries. And so that is all browning up. I keep waiting to harvest it because that same plot, the plan was to plant the corn there, get compost on it and plant corn. It's not quite there yet. It's almost, but it's still got some green to it. So as soon as that's done, we'll do a video and I'll cut that down. I'm not as rushed now. With talking with my wife, we've decided to develop 2 more 8x8 foot kind of semi-raised bed plots where I had planned to put the pool. So we're next to the greenhouse build. So I'll be putting those up and hopefully putting corn there. A lot of our new plantings, we got peppers in. My potatoes are doing great. If anyone's watched me complain about my peanuts not starting, they're starting and they're going now. So that's awesome. Let's see. Greenhouse we talked about. Chickens. Still don't like Nikki, so she hangs out with us. The two flocks are still having some troubles integrating. They get along, but they fight a lot. I think it's working though. You can see the quail there. Yeah, and so then all of this stuff we're doing, I call ourselves a homestead and training, and that's because we're learning skills now, so we can escape the city and get some land later. A big part of that, though, and my priorities and where it needs to turn, though, in order for us to escape the city, poor Nikki, is I need to make my business a priority. So YouTube's great. I can spread knowledge. I can build relationships, do question and answers and different things. But it's not going to help me escape the city, at least right now. It is building, but I need to focus on my business because, of course, with getting on a homestead, I need to financially fund that or supply it. And so one of the means is we want to start farmers markets. I already sell eggs and things. I want to move into the quail business a little bit more. And then our website and our tea and herb business. So I do need to put more focus in on that. That is going to draw a little bit away from YouTube, but that's something I need to do. Get moving on that. My goal is to get it up and running by July. So we're getting packaging and things in and starting there. So we don't have too many people. Looks like 7 people in here right now. I did want to ask, though, and I'll open this to comment section too, people who watch and replay, is how anyone out there that does a homestead or serious gardening and farming and things like that, anyone out there that doesn't just work that 9 to 5 for all their sustenance, how do you do it? How is your financial support on your homestead or on what you're doing? How's that go? Is it through farmers markets, through business, combination of both? And so if you'd like, you can throw that in the comments here or the comments later. But I wanted to ask how everyone else does it. I'm always curious, and you got to excuse me for a moment. There we go. A big part of escaping the city and getting on a homestead, realistically, is how, it's going to cost money, of course. And so how I'm going to do that. I do know realistically starting off, I'm probably going to have to work at least part-time job for the man still. But that's why with learning skills and being a homestead and training, I'm also trying to get the business up and going now instead of then. So I have a feel of what I'm doing at least and a little bit of a start, as well as teaching Farmer Casey entrepreneurship and the other things there. So some of what my plans are, I've been working on a book. With everything going on, it's going very slowly. But I'd like to get a book or a couple books out. That way it's work I have to do once. It's a lot of work, but I put in it once and then hopefully can reap benefits passively on that. I want to sell, we will be selling through our business, online business, and hopefully farmers markets as well, teas and herbs. I also want to sell homesteading or urban homesteading supplies. So that'd be like quail scissors, feeders, things like that. I sell a lot on Etsy right now, but I'm going to be combining a lot of it to my own website for 2 main reasons. 1, Etsy takes a lot of money. 2, I can close my site on Sabbath. So a couple good reasons. I plan on doing that. We do want to go into farmers markets and things. We're looking at teas and herbs and stuff because of with our limited space. Those are things we can really maximize on, whereas vegetables take a lot more space. So some of our plans of what I want to do, and that's always developing, but I'm always curious what other people do out there. Cool. So I got one more thing tonight. We're going to end with looking at a webcam of the moon, actually. And so we'll end with that in a few minutes. I want to open up about 5 minutes here to any comments or other questions and answers or fellowship there that anyone that's in here might have. So I'm going to give just a couple minutes there. And then we're going to switch over to, I'm not going to be doing my own telescope because it's not so good. It's fun though, but it's a full moon. It's not my moon cam. We're going to be going to a live moon cam on YouTube, and I'm going to share my screen just because it's clear and it's a full moon. I wanted to show that. It's not quite dark enough here yet for our moon tonight. So we'll be showing that. I feel like I got a lot said tonight. Hopefully I didn't overwhelm everyone there. But I still want to do Saturday nights because I do enjoy it. It's a good time for me. We do get some people in here and some regulars and new people. However, I'm really curious to see with these spontaneous streams at different times. I'm going to start noting and looking at analytics a little bit there just because I want to help people and I want to build relationships. The best way I can do that is by building the numbers there. So that way the algorithm shares more and all that good old stuff. Ooh, CDB is saying it's the strawberry moon tonight. All right, that's awesome. Good thing we'll be looking at it here in just a minute. And we'll look at that. You'll still hear me chat for a few before I sign off. So we got 9 people in here now. Wow. Anyone joining, welcome. That's cool. You're catching the end of my stream. If you're interested in the rest, you'll have to watch in replay. So what you are catching is kind of neat, though. I'm going to screen share, and we're going to hop over and look at the strawberry moon. So let's go ahead and do that, actually. So let's see. There we go. So this is the Backyard Astronomy Cam from the UK. Dobsonian telescope. And so we are watching the moon. Let's see. There's some other cool moon cams too, possibly we could look at. Oh, it's not playing. Let's see. It's not live anymore.
By 1930, the search for the elusive...
Yes, let's go back. And let's look for live moon cam again. Is this live? Let's see. No, this isn't live either. It was live. I had it all queued up, and I guess that stopped. Let's see. We could probably find one, though. Is this live? No, it doesn't look like that's live either. It looks like that has closed as well. Well, let's do this. There we go. Oh, well, this is something else. There we go. Okay. Let me turn the volume off in case there is. There we go. Wow, look at that. So let's see. Watch live lunar eclipse will begin as the moon enters the outer edge of the Earth's shadow. Oh, no, wait. Oh, okay, yeah. I think that's right? Yeah. This particular type of lunar eclipse is known as penumbral, meaning skywatchers will be able to see the face of the moon darken without completely disappearing. This event will reach its peak at 1:24 p.m. Okay. Looks like we're getting close to the max view. Let me take myself off. Hey, Verna, good to see you. Hey, Buster's here too. Let's see. Hey, Verna, I was wondering if you'd stop in. I had a question for you earlier. What was it? Oh, man. And I had mentioned in here too that if you were in here, you would answer that. Let me see. What was it? It was about quail. Oh, I was asking if my shire sold Celadon. Someone had mentioned that, and I was curious. Anyways, and then, hey, Buster. You were in here earlier. I just, let's see, what did you say? Oh, you didn't catch Verna's live. Okay, that's what's pulling up. So, Verna, we're just looking not through my telescope, but through someone else's. Because I guess tonight you said it's the full moon, and then I guess it's the strawberry moon or an eclipse as well. Lunar eclipse. So there's a lot on the moon going on tonight. It's still a little bit too light. I might get out with mine later, but we're looking at it on a screen share. So if you guys didn't catch Verna's live stream, she goes on Saturday mornings. And this morning's, man, it was a good stream. She had people come on panel. There's something we talked about that I wanted to mention here. Well, I don't remember right now, but you guys got to watch her thing. She's got a lot going on there. They sometimes will sell out of Celadon's eggs. Okay. But right now, not Celadon. Okay. They can view what he has. I know. I just hadn't checked this. I could have pulled up the site. But so I might do Celadon again. I had gotten those Whiskey Tango ones. I didn't have success there. I think a lot of that was my fault. But I've tried eggs from several different people now, 3 different places. I like them all. I really like what Zach does and what he's going on. Besides just like the quality of the eggs in the business. I'm not to say I don't like what anyone else has going on, but I really just want to support him. And so I'm hoping to get all my eggs from there probably. Yeah, I Celadon or not for you. I know you had said that before. I have gone back and forth. However, a lot of the people, so I sell quail eggs to right now to some people that are from Middle East area that have chicken allergies as well. That's primarily where I do. I also sell them at my work to some younger people. And they really want the Celadon. If I'm selling hatching eggs, I have kind of thought that would be neat too. Now, they would have to be a smaller set, just one of my breeder sets probably. I do want to do jumbo ones for meat birds and quail eggs for us personally. And then I'm still debating on what variety to do for selling. I want to move into some of the falconeers I've talked to here, and then as well as for breeding and stuff, some for selling those eggs for hatching. I haven't settled on what variety I want to do for that yet. I don't know if you have any suggestion maybe of what I should do. I feel like I'm yelling at the camera. Sorry. So the moon is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. Let's do this. There we go. And it looks like in 17 minutes here is max view. And so right now, all I'm doing is kind of killing the time, the end of the stream, and just fellowship. This is strictly fellowship, question and answer, and viewing this. So I might actually stay on for those 17 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play my like and subscribe now, but no one hop off. I'm not leaving. I'm just going to play it just to remind everyone. But I want to include, as I talked about some here with doing a lot of random streams, if you like the content I have, make sure you turn that bell notification to all. I noticed in looking at analytics, I haven't really done that much before, but that I have like 4% or something of my subscribers do. I'm going to be hopping around a lot. And I do hear all the time that they didn't get notification or didn't hear. So I'm going to play my like and subscribe video. But first, if you haven't given me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. Check the bell icon. If it's not on all, put it on all. I just appreciate it if you're interested in getting the content. And then let me play this real quick.
Remember to hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
Cooey.
The party pooper.
Hey there, Kelly. We got Feathered Connections is here. You just looked at your clock. Thanks for joining. That's fine. If you want, you're curious, you can watch and replay. We did talk about a lot of urban homesteading type stuff. But otherwise, you're catching the end of the stream here. We're just viewing the strawberry full moon eclipse tonight via someone else's webcam. Hopefully I don't get in trouble for sharing their content, but I don't know. I'm going to do it anyways. It's never too late. I appreciate the fellowship and support from everyone. So whether you show up at the very beginning or the end, that's awesome. I appreciate it. Just make sure you hit the thumbs up. So Kelly over at Feathered Connections was on Verna's panel or live stream this morning, and that was some great talk. So I know you mentioned to me too before that you're on about half of the land we have, you do, and you said you had 200 quail. Oh, you know what? I had a question for you. What quail cages do you use? And did you say you have them outside, or just kind of curious on your quail setup? It was good times. I really enjoyed that live stream over at Verna's this morning. It was neat. It was cool. It was cool seeing Aaron's setup and how he had his quail there. CDB was in there too. Yep, she joined. So it was a good show. I sure do enjoy it. So I know you're just joining here. What I'm doing is we're going to stay on for 14 minutes, 15 minutes probably more. We're going to see the strawberry lunar eclipse moon hit full view. And then we'll probably sign off. And if I can get my telescope to do it, I might hop on later if anyone's curious. But Tuesday, okay, will be bigger and better. The Tuesday's moon? What's on Tuesday? Did I find that? Let's see. Well, that's the blood moon? No. I'm going to pull up the lunar calendar. All right, here we go. So I'm going to share this real quick. We'll hop over. We got 13 minutes here. So let's do stop this, present, screen share. There we go. All right. So right now, here's where I'm in New Mexico. You know where you're at. Verna's over here somewhere, I believe, and other people are elsewhere. So currently, it's almost 9 o'clock. It's the full moon. Let's see. Tuesday, I'm not sure. What is Tuesday? What did Verna say? Tuesday evening's live stream. Oh, not the moon. Okay. All right. So, yeah, you mentioned, and I was working, so I kind of missed that a little bit, but maybe you could update it here. You were saying Tuesday you were doing a live stream talking about QuailCon, I believe, and I don't know if you wanted to, you could throw that out here. Ooh, what was that I just saw? Oh, this is cool. So this isn't the moon tonight. This is, it was the worm moon, but I'm going to screen share it while we're waiting. I think it was this one, yeah. All right, so this was from a while ago, I guess. This was from March 1st, the worm moon. We'll hop back to the other one, but Hey, G Mary, last one. Good to see you. Almost missed out. Hey, that's all right. A lot of people hop That's awesome. I just appreciate the support. Just give me that thumbs up. And Saturday night streams are going to be all about that relationship building and fellowship, question and answer. So I just appreciate you showing up, and always it's a blessing. Okay, so Verna's saying, when you post this comment, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's going to be 5 p.m. on Tuesday for me. I'll be at work, but I'll be joining from there. We'll be having a live stream called What is QuailCon? Awesome. All right, I will be there. I'll be from work, so I might have to be in and out, but I will be there. The video, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't stop this one. Sorry, guys. We'll go back to the other one. Make sure that music's off. Where is it at? Yep, okay. There we go. Sorry, everyone. There we go. We're back. Okay, sorry for that. Feathered Connection. CDB, thanks. Oh, what did she say? She must have said, Kelly is selling QuailCon shirts. Yeah, this morning she was talking about QuailCon shirts, and then she'll be doing stickers at QuailCon. Another part of, so I talked about earlier, kind of, I'm solidifying more and more what my streams and content's going to be. Saturday nights is going to be about relationship building, question and answer, updates, stuff like that, reviews. Another big part is I want you guys to share your excitement, successes, failures, what you're doing. This is also time for you to pimp your channels. That's not a good way of saying it. For you to put your channel out there or what you're doing as well. I want to share that. I'm all about you guys here as well. So let's see. Yes, QuailCon fundraiser. So yeah, if someone else going to go to QuailCon too. All the profits go to my shire. Okay. That's awesome. Oh, and here we go. We got the link. Promote. Thanks. I don't know why. I couldn't think of it for a minute there. Man, so if you guys don't know, Spice of Life is, right now it's my son and wife watching, but that's my wife. She does, Spice of Life is where we started, family, on YouTube and kind of everywhere. And so she goes from there, and she's my better half. I don't know what I'd do without her. Pimp those channels. I'm so sorry. Everyone's laughing. Okay, yeah. Laugh. Just like the morning. Yeah, what did I say in there? I was something about beers instead of bees. Oh, I didn't. Let me go. Thank you for reminding me. I did miss that. Let's go back. So I was curious. And she's going to be on the live Tuesday night too. So you guys check. Everyone's got to be there for that. And, okay, here we go. So you build your own cages. Awesome. The first cage I built my incubator, brooder, cage, and the surrounding setup. Myself, I really like the ones I built. They ended up just being a little bulky, so I bought some Winola Ranch ones I like, but I'm actually working on a build already, another project. But 4 tiers can hold 18 quail per tier. Wow, all right. You have them in a quail shed made from hardware cloth. You cover with plastic in the wintertime. That's awesome. Really cool. Okay. That's awesome. So mine are kind of they're in a quail shack now. There it is, that I built out of wood. Before they were in kind of a chicken wire / hardware cloth covered area. I do that to keep neighbors' cats out and hawks. Those are our predators. But so you built yours. That's awesome. Very cool there. And thanks for answering my question. That was funny. Okay. Oh, Farmer Casey's asleep now. Yeah, it's his bedtime. We got 7 minutes on our timer here. Yeah. That's when they're the most precious, is when they're asleep. Farmer Casey is precious, but when he's asleep, oh boy, that's funny. You guys make me laugh. So I know it's late for you, Verna, and for Phil. I don't know if Mr. Landfill's still in here. Some of you, it's late. I appreciate you being on. We're gonna be on for another 7 minutes there. And so what we're looking at again is the strawberry moon, I believe, the full moon tonight, and it hits its max view in 6 minutes. We're looking at someone else's cam. Okay. Yes, the hardware cloth is to keep out predators out of the egg rollouts. Okay. Your husband builds. No, that's awesome. That's cool. So I had used a lot of chicken wire on everything, and I know I got a couple people have told me I need to be using hardware cloth. The chicken wire is not going to keep anyone out. And I use that mostly because my whole, okay, so let me back up a little bit. A couple years ago when the whole bird flu type thing started, and when I started building everything, I had covered all the runs and everything in chicken wire and tarps and stuff like that. And people started telling me right away, chicken wire is not going to keep out the predators. I still don't completely understand why, because it's stapled all around and I couldn't get through that. My dog couldn't really. They'd really have to tear to get through it. So I don't really understand why. Maybe someone can enlighten me. But I have switched to moving to hardware cloth because, again, we're the homestead and training. I'm trying to develop skills. So if I'm in a homestead on land later, I want to be doing it properly. But maybe someone can enlighten me. Yeah. Yep. It was a fun day today, relaxing day. So again, I had said at the beginning, I lately I've been spending Saturdays trying to put my content together and focusing on that. I'm still going to do some recording and content and putting together Saturdays, but I need to make sure that my focus isn't on that. It's on my family, relationship with my family and my God. And so I need to be doing that. So we had a really relaxing, fun time today. Your job's to raise the critters, run the business, and butcher the birds. That is a big job. So I know my wife's job is to direct me, make sure I'm not messing up. She does the research. This year, a big help in planting. She also is in charge of harvesting, which is a huge job. She's been helping me get business up and going too. Help me get my tax ID and LLC. I don't know what I'd do without her. So, and then I do the building. So I do a lot of the building, infrastructure, stuff like that. Because predator strength is stronger in chicken wire, a hawk can get through it. I guess that just blows me away. I mean, that could be, but I've gone out there and kicked it and kind of torn at it. But I guess if an animal really wants something, they can. Okay, that makes sense there, Buster and Verna. So Buster's saying snakes can get right through it. Yeah. So we don't have a problem with snakes here where I'm at. Now, in the Southwest desert, there's a lot of rattlers and things. In the urban area, I don't, but that's a good reason to switch to. And then Verna was saying raccoons. Cougars can easily tear through it. Oh, wow. That's cool. Okay. There you go. I got my answer. And then my wife. Solo steals eggs out of the egg rollouts. He's the predator. That is true. He's the predator with the rollouts. You can see, oh, look, so in my, in the quail shack, let's switch over to that real quick. We got 2 minutes, so I'll come back to that real fast. You can see bigger here, the quail shack and the chicken house. When the white lights, the chickens get 12 hours of light, the quail get 14 of daytime running or supplemental light. When that goes out, they get a little bit of time of this red light too. That's just so they can get situated before and after the other light. But you can see in here, no predators can get in there but Solo when he gets in. That's true, but I didn't want to burst his bubble. I don't know if there's much that can tear through chicken wire, though. And how neat. We just saw the lights turn off. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Lucy has done that twice, but not anymore. She isn't allowed in the animal room without you being in there. Yeah, I know Lucy loves them too. Animals love those quail eggs. They do. I'm going to put the other cam back on just because I know it's coming to that time. It was neat seeing Lucy on cam today, and then I really liked that mole video. Man, Lucy is she's a good, I guess, guardian dog there, or I don't know, she would be good at that, I would think. I like seeing Lucy. I always like seeing people's pets on streams. Actually, speaking of, Solo. This is, I have 2 dogs. Solo. I'm not sure where he's at right now. Here he comes. So I have 2 dogs. The one that's a little bit younger, a little more active, you see him a lot. Wow, Lucy's big, much bigger than Solo. Solo. Come here. The second layer. So you have a 3. You have a 3-tier as well, I believe. Berna, do you have that same 3-tier I do, or is yours a 2-tier? So this is Solo. I have Solo and Chewy. Chewy's down here too. Solo appears in most of. He's our predator. He's also our guardian dog. He keeps the chickens in check. He won't attack them, but he'll keep them in line. 17 seconds here. All right, Chewy, let's show you real quick. Here's Chewy. Ah. Hey, Chewy. They look similar. To steal an egg. Yep. Verna says, I have 2 of the 3-tier cages. Oh, and then one's a mating cage. Okay, awesome. Max view, just a guess. Oh, well, I thought it was supposed to be max view already. Now it's just a guess. We're not going to stay for the max view then. If you guys like, you can go to this website. It's on YouTube. And if you want to catch that max view, I am going to be hopping off here, though. We'll read a few more comments. And then I am going to be hopping off. I'm going to grab some dinner, do a little bit of video editing, and work on the website. And so, but let's catch up. Let's see. Yeah, so Solo and Nikki, they're our mascots. Nikki's the little black silky chicken that's been rejected that runs around, and then Solo here. They're our mascots. Oh, okay. Yeah, Solo and Chewy are terriers. They're from different batches. I bought them at different times. Chewy is about 11 years old, I think. 10 to 11 years old. He is a terrier mix. That's all we know, really. I think he has, and then maybe some Jack Russell. Solo is 3 or 4 years. I think he's 4 years old now. And we got his animal makeup mix when we got him at the vet. And so he's got Jack Russell Terrier, just some other American Terrier, I think, some Dachshund, and something else in him. No, people are saying good night. Good night, Mr. Landfill. I'm hopping off in a sec, too. You have a good one. Thank you for showing up. Gotcha. People are saying good night. Oh, Verna's getting off. Oh, no. She was saying good night. Good night to each other. Yep. Thanks for the live. Thanks for showing up, Buster. It's awesome having you in here. And definitely don't be a stranger. The fellowship was great, so thanks for showing up. Lucy's a lab and greyhound mix. She's a great dog. All right. Well, you guys rock. Thank you, everyone, for showing up tonight. Thank you, moderators. I'm not going to list everyone individually, but thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, moderators, for showing up, whether it be at the beginning or the end. I do love the fellowship. If you're watching in replay, make sure you leave a comment, turn the bell to all notifications, because I'm going to be doing a lot of random stuff, and then hit the thumbs up, everyone, on your way out. You guys rock. You make it what it is, and you make my live streams very enjoyable. So until next time, we'll see everyone. Have a good evening. Do things. Stay strong. And Have a blessed night. So tomorrow I'm on in the morning at 8:30 Mountain Time. I believe that's 10:30 your time, Verna. Me and Farmer Casey will be on through the garden with our normal little chat there, and then some tea with him. So if you guys can join us for that. Have a blessed day. We'll see you guys later.